Welcome back to another amazing video from 8 Recaps. Today, we will recap an American romantic comedy drama film called Alfie from 2004. The movie opens with Alfie, a limousine driver who introduces himself to us, telling us that he's handsome and girls always like him a lot. His fashion sense is good, and he always has to be ready because he could meet a girl at any time. He leaves his room, and before leaving for his work, he sees his landlady, whom he admires a lot, and flirts with her. He tells her that at night she may be disturbed by the noise from his room, as his room is dirty a lot. The lady tells him that he gets his room cleaned, as she admires him a lot. Alfie manipulates women like this. Then he goes to London and says that he doesn't have many desires. He needs food and girls to live in any place. That's all that he requires in his life. He goes with a married couple and makes love with a woman named Dory. He says that Dory has not had a physical relationship with her husband for a long time, and he thinks that he's helping them by giving Dory what she wants. Dory thinks that they've been seeing each other for a long time and wants to take their relationship to another level. She expects Alfie to commit, but he senses what she's thinking. Dory tells him that she wants to see him again next week, but he denies it, telling us that he is not going to call her again. He states that he senses when women get serious about him. Then he says that he has two options. Either he can go to his home, or he can go to his girlfriend's beautiful apartment to spend the night with her. He goes and meets his girlfriend named Julie, who wants to make love with him, but he turns her down, telling her that he is very tired and not in the mood to do it. Julie asks him to tell her truly where he has been, but Alfie doesn't tell her anything. Julie tells him that he cannot use her like this. Alfie says that he is interested in a relationship, as it will make him serve his partner only. Julie proposes to him, but he only replies to her with "thank you," which hurts Julie's feelings, and she starts to shout at him when her son walks in. Alfie used to like babies a lot and starts loving her son. The next day, Alfie goes to work and meets his friend Marlon there. Marlon tells him that he has broken up with his girlfriend because he thought he could find someone better than her. After a few days, he realizes that he's made a mistake by letting his girlfriend go, as he thinks he loves her a lot. Alfie says that he doesn't believe in relationships, as he shows us the example of his boss and his wife, who used to fight often. He says if marriages are like this, then he would prefer to live alone. After that, Marlon takes him to meet his girlfriend, where a girl recognizes Alfie and tries to say hello, but Alfie keeps ignoring her and doesn't admit that he knows her. Alfie goes back to his girlfriend Julie, who doesn't let him enter her house, as she has figured out that Alfie has a relationship with another girl. Alfie goes to meet Lynette, the girl Marlon was seeing, and asks her to patch things up with him, telling her that he loves her a lot. Lynette does not listen to him and starts talking about other things. Lynette then dances in front of him, and he tells her if he was able to dance like her, he wouldn't have been a driver, saying that she is a star. They get closer to each other and make love to each other. The next day, Alfie realizes that he's done wrong, and he shouldn't have betrayed his best friend. Marlon shows up, and Alfie tries to avoid him due to embarrassment. Marlon comes to ask him what he has done. Alfie tries to hide his face, and Marlon tells her that Lynette has patched things up with him, and he has asked her about marriage, telling him that he will be his best man at his wedding. Alfie is very happy for him and hugs him, feeling weird. He says that he's happy for his friend and thinks he has saved his relationship. Later, Alfie goes to Julie's son's birthday, bringing a gift for him. He thinks that he'll win her back now, but when he gets there, he gets sad after seeing Julie with someone else. He says that it doesn't bother him in any way. He gets ready to get back into the game and picks up two girls that night. He takes them to his apartment and tries to make love with them both, but faces some problems doing that. He gets upset about this. During that week, he gets a chance with many women, but he fails to make love with them all. He goes to a doctor and tells him about his situation. The doctor tells him that it may be happening due to his psychological condition, asking him whether he is worried or sad, but Alfie tells him that he's totally fine. Alfie goes to talk to Julie and tells her that their choices are different, saying that he doesn't want to be in a permanent relationship with her. She asks him to leave her alone, and Alfie gets upset after seeing her leaving his life. The doctor then checks him and tells him that everything is fine, but he has seen a lump that could be due to cancer and asks him to come again to get his report. Lynette comes to see him and tells him that she is pregnant, and she doesn't know whether it's Marlon's child or his. She says if the child is born white, she could be in trouble and Marlon may leave her. They both decide to abort the baby and Alfie takes her to the hospital. Lynette comes out of the hospital and tells Alfie that she has aborted the baby. The next day, Alfie goes to get his test results and is very concerned about what will happen. He goes to the washroom and is worried a lot. An old man sees him and tells him that at his age, he always tried to run away from life. He tells Alfie that his wife always used to ask him to go on vacation, but he never listened to her, and one day she suddenly died. He says that now he's been regretting this for his entire life. He's gone on vacation with the memories of his wife and has missed her a lot. The old man tells him that two things are important in life. One is to find someone to love your whole life, and the other is to enjoy every day with your loved one like it is your last day. Alfie is very sad for the old man, and he gives him his card, telling him that he can contact him anytime if anything goes wrong with him. Alfie receives his test results and learns that everything is fine. He is very happy and starts working on the plans he's created for his life. He goes to drop off a couple where he sees a woman named Liz. She's older than him, but Alfie likes her. He stops the car at the place where Liz goes shopping with the man. The man asks Alfie to stop outside and wait for them, but he doesn't listen to him. He goes inside and sees Liz and starts complimenting her on the dresses that she's trying on. Liz finds him very pleasing, and he asks her whether the man she's with is her husband. She tells him that the man is her boyfriend and she likes to change her boyfriends. Alfie drops Liz off at her hotel and gives her his number. He says that if a rich lady is trying to get with him, he shouldn't pass up the opportunity. And he says that he still has a lot to enjoy in his life. Alfie then receives a letter from Marlon and Lynette, who are moving to another city. Marlon didn't want to meet up to say goodbye because it was Christmas and he was alone, thinking he may feel sad. In his car, Alfie tells us that it's good to be in a relationship at Christmas. Then he sees a beautiful girl, Nikki, with her friends and offers them a lift. Nikki is a free soul and is used to doing whatever she wants. Alfie flirts with her and she invites him to the party they're going to. Alfie goes to the party and tells her he likes everything about her. They spend the night together, and Alfie, who has always been afraid of relationships, asks her to spend Christmas with her. Nikki accepts his offer, and they spend time together and go to different places and enjoy their time with each other. In this way, they spend many days together happily. One day, at a party, when Nikki breaks Alfie's glass, he realizes that it's the end of their relationship. After that, Nikki starts to get angry at little things, and they start to argue a lot. Alfie says that he is not like this at all. Before Alfie leaves, Nikki asks him when he will return, and Alfie realizes after such a question from Nikki that he needs to break up with her as soon as possible. He tells us about a statue of a woman that he used to like when he was in school. He says that he used to think that the woman in the statue was perfect until he saw her from behind. He says that after spending time with Nikki, he has started to see flaws in her that are not good for her. He starts to live his old life again and goes to Liz. They share drinks, and Alfie shares a business idea that she likes a lot. She has a small brand and tells him that she used to be poor and had built everything by herself. She tells him that he has the potential to do anything but is lacking confidence, saying that she was like this in the beginning. After that, they make love to each other. Alfie then returns to his apartment where Nikki apologizes to him, telling him that she knows she has annoyed him a lot and will get better after medication and by avoiding alcohol and Viagra. Even after this, Alfie breaks up with her, which hurts Nikki a lot, and she leaves his apartment. After seeing her leaving, Alfie gets very upset and thinks that the old man was right and gets ready to get into a relationship. He goes to meet Julie because he used to have a good understanding of her. He apologizes to her for what he did, telling her they can be together again if she wants. But then her boyfriend comes and meets him. Alfie tells him that he is happy to meet him and leaves, asking Julie to say hi to her son. Alfie gets very sad after losing her. He decides to go see Marlon, but when he gets there, Lynette asks him to leave before Marlon arrives. Then he hears the voice of a crying baby, and when he sees it, he realizes that it was his baby. He starts to weep after watching the baby and comes to know that Marlon accepted his child for Lynette. Lynette tells him that she did not abort the child, about which he tells her that he had realized that, but did focus on it further. He asks her what he can do for the baby, and Lynette asks him to leave before Marlon shows up. But before Alfie can, Marlon arrives there and tells him that he didn't mean to hurt him. Marlon tells him that he always tries not to hurt people, but ends up hurting them, and leaves, telling him that all of his actions are very cheap. On his way back, Alfie stops his car and weeps a lot. He calls and meets the old man and tells him about the whole situation, adding that he thinks he is not able to keep any relationship. The old man tells him that he must not think like this, saying that it's all a part of his past now, and he should move on with his life. Alfie gets ready to meet Liz and buys flowers for her. Alfie goes to meet Liz and gives her flowers. Liz accepts the flowers and tells him that she likes them a lot, saying that he has made her day. Alfie asks her to come on vacation with him, but she tells him that she can't go with him, and Alfie tries to convince her by saying that they can go on a weekend. From her behavior, Alfie realizes that she is trying to get him out of the house, and he asks her whether someone is at home or not. He looks and finds her with someone else, which hurts him a lot. He asks her why she can't be with him, and insists to tell him the reason. Liz tells him that he's much younger than her, which makes him very sad, and he leaves from there. Alfie then tells us that he never thought that he would love Liza this much, and that he would end up getting hurt. He is on a bridge when he meets his ex-girlfriend Dory, and he apologizes to her, telling her that what he did to her was very cheap. He also adds that he doesn't know why he runs away when things start to get serious in a relationship. Dory asks him not to tell her, but to realize it for himself. He says that he has everything, money and a good job, but he doesn't have peace of mind. He says that it wouldn't have happened to him if he had stayed in one relationship. He says that he regrets that all of the women with whom he had relationships used to take care of him, but he did not take care of them. He's unhappy that he spent his life trying new things. He says that he will try to get into a serious relationship this time, and will keep trying until he gets into one. And the movie ends here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and turn on notifications for our next video. Take care and see you next time.